What's going on, you guys? It's the 1122 Wingnut Radio out here for Anarchy Television. And I wanted to go through all the little modifications and customizations that I've done to the machine. This Chinese shoe patcher type machine that I got. All right, now, let's see here. To begin with, since everything, I tend to have a lot of magnetic stuff on here. So I've got my little tape measure here. This is right here. I just put a old magnet on it. Actually, it's a magnet from a microwave. I've got a few other magnets on here. I made this the other day. It's like a magnet. It's actually got a magnet right there, so you can, for like doing edging and stuff like that, getting distance and stuff. Little roller off of like a fidget spinner. I got this bearing off of that. These are some things that I've been kind of tooling around with. And let's see here, this other magnet right here. I got another magnet that's holding my little thing to, my the little wire that I use to pull my thread through. The thread through the thingamajigger. I've also got one of these thread needle threader things. I put a little magnet on that, so I can put that up there like that. And let's see here. I've got a little box with all my kind of little stuff on it. It's got magnets inside of it, so it will hold it to the table. But to start with, let's see here. Now, I did some modifications to the bobbin. Now, these bobbins did not have holes in them. I ended up putting holes in them so you can pull the thread through that hole, and then you can wind the bobbin a lot easier, because otherwise when you and I still use the factory bobbin threader, but when you put it on there, you had to like wrap it on there, and it was always just kind of sliding off and stuff. You put the thread to that hole, and it holds the thread, and then you can wind your bobbin a lot easier. And then you just cut the tag end off of the thread when you're done winding it. Eventually I might change this. I might make this a little bit more robust, because this is kind of some flimsy sheet metal. I might do this out of, like, I don't know, something a little bit more robust, but basically the same thing. But anyway, also I made this little tray to set my thread in. I did this little guide right here to guide my thread down into my tensioner, and then I've got this little guide that I made to run the thread up to my deal that goes in there down to the needle bar. I also modified the foot. Now, this was closed off. It was like a closed off foot. I just took my angle grinder and cut it open, and I've got a splayed type foot right there. I like that much better personally. Also, now I did this, and I'm going to add to it. I've got a piece of plexiglass that I'm going to put up underneath it to kind of make it an even wider type table. I just haven't done it yet, but this I added to get a little bit more of a surface here, because the shoe patcher only came with focus. Wish this thing would stop doing that focus thing. It only came with that little thing where you can, so you can work with shoes and all that stuff. But I still have it. It depends on what kind of projects I want to use it for, but a lot of stuff that I do needs a little bit more of a surface area, so I added this. I also replaced the spring on this right here. It was just a little tiny dinky spring. I didn't like it, so I put this spring on there. It's much more robust and tighter. I like that a lot better. And I also painted it. I painted it because of all the bare metal I didn't want, and I wanted this part, which was green. I didn't like that color green, so I painted that color also. And you know, I've got, you know, all my little knickknacks. You know, I've got, you know, some clips and stuff so I can do stuff. And this base, I got this with the machine, because I found it with the machine. So, I mean, if you guys look hard enough on the internet and you're looking into getting this machine, you can find this machine with this base. You can also find this machine with this base and a motor, which I have the motor right here. The only problem is this motor, it just goes way too fast. So I would have to rig up some kind of way of reducing the speed, like, you know, like speed reducing wheels, or I don't know, I might rig up some kind of a dimmer switch on it to reduce the speed on it also. And there's a few other things that I'm still looking into. I might replace this screw, which adjusts the stitch length, with something a little bit different, you know, like maybe, like, I don't know, like a wing nut or something, maybe. I don't know, just so I can have, you know, a little bit better, a little bit more control over my stitch length. I don't really adjust my foot tension all that much. That's what this is for the foot tension, you know, how much pressure the foot pushes down. I don't really adjust this all that much, so I don't really need to do anything with this one. But, you know, I don't know. But like I said, this machine is definitely for the type of people that are mechanically inclined and like to customize and modify things. Because like I said, when I bought this, these two things right here were definitely like all cockeyed and, you know, weren't straight. So I had to get them out when I had everything off. Before I painted it, I got it out in my vise and straightened these things out. And also, this was cocked to one side, so I had to kind of, you know, bend the bar a little bit to move it over a little bit, and so I had to do that. But there's a few things that I've done to the thing to modify and customize it. And like I said, there's still a few things that I still need to do to it. I'm just, when I get around to it and get the, you know, the energy or the inspiration to do something, I'll find something. And plus, there's a lot of different people out there that have made videos on YouTube in the past, I don't know, shoot, this machine has been around for about a decade almost. So, I mean, you know, there's been people out there for the past 7, 8, 9 years, you know, been using these machines. And, you know, I was kind of drooling over it for about 4 years, and I finally decided to get my own. But this is what I've done to mine. And if there's anything out there that anybody else wants to know about, or any kind of thing, any information or anything like that, I'll try my best to answer any of those things. Because like I said, this is still a work in progress. I can make this better. You know, it's still, right now, I mean, you know, out of the box, it's okay. But like I said, the more I mess with it, the more I modify it, the better this machine becomes. And, you know, like I said, you know, it's very, in my opinion, very user-friendly and customizable and modifiable. And eventually, I mean, I'm going to motorize it, you know, or have the option to where I can use a motor on it. And eventually I'll make a wider table tabletop for this thing. I'll still use this piece, but I'll put like a piece of plexiglass up underneath it and just make it probably come out like this much further, and you know, that much further out. I'm gonna have to adjust the little things because the way I built this thing, you know, I've got this little tab back here in the back that I'll have to adjust for the table. But yeah, if any of you guys have got this machine or looking into getting in one of these machines, like I said, I hope you have fun and customize and modify the sucker. It's begging to be done. Y'all have a good evening out there. The 1122 Wingnut back out.